were some of the takeaways?
What was that? Sorry.
From the kickoff lunch.
Yeah.
The keynote speakers, Casey O'Brien.
Yes.
What were some of the takeaways you got?
Yeah, Casey's story, obviously, I've never heard it before, but it's something that really blew me away. And he touched on it a lot, the brotherhood of the Big Ten and everyone sticking together. Yeah, we fight with each other every single week for 4 years, but after that, it's kind of it's a bigger thing than just us. So he hit that, but the story that he showed of the toughness and fighting the cancer over and over again, it shows his toughness. But like I said before, when he hits on that, the honor it is to play in the Big Ten, it is an honor, and I'm happy that he's doing well now in the spirit of the brotherhood of the Big Ten. And just wish him the best. But that speech was incredible. I think everybody was moved by it, the entire room.
Ben, what's it been like to be a returning captain? It hasn't happened in a while. And then also the senior class. You guys are the first class that's fully Harbaugh recruited players. I guess what has that been like, kind of formulating the identity for the team a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's a different identity than we've had in years past. Like what you said, having a full Harbaugh class in there. Everybody knows what's expected now. There's no excuses about different ways, the old ways or anything like that. Everybody knows what's expected, what we were brought here to do, and I think we're ready for it. The senior class that I'm lucky enough to be a part of. We've been at this now. It's going on our 4th year, and we've seen the ups and we've seen the downs of the last few years. So we're trying to leave at the highest note possible and just give this program what it needs, and it's a championship. So,
how are you guys dealing with the expectations of what everyone thinks you can do this year?
Yeah, we just try to focus on ourselves, really. When you look around the room at the talent that we have, at the guys that we have, at the coaches that we have, you'd be hard pressed to find a team that could, beat us on paper. So it's going to take us screwing up ourselves, I think, to get beat, and so that's why we're just focused on ourselves, trying to win every single day and focus on what we can do to get better, what we can do to improve, not focus on how to beat anybody else. As long as we can focus on ourselves, then we should be all right.
You guys had sort of a rough ending last year to the season. How has that motivated you to come back stronger than ever, and the whole team for that matter too?
Yeah, at least a taste in your mouth that you're always gonna have until the next season comes around. Dropping the game against Ohio State and then losing the bowl game, it never goes well. But we're just doing what we can and making sure that, like I said before, we're just focusing on ourselves and working that into next year so that never happens again.
Ben, with the running back situation still kind of up in the air, how has an experienced offensive line really helped Christian and True and Zach?
Mm-hmm. I think what the best part of that is if you have such an experienced offensive line like that can move people around and can make enough holes, it should be able to compensate for their not having the most experienced running backs, and it's just going to happen over time. You can only get experience by doing things. So the more reps we can get those guys in with us and seeing the holes and seeing how they're going to develop, it's only going to be better for everybody.
Jim Harbaugh said he really likes to watch Jalen Mayfield on film, seeing number 73. What are you seeing from him, and do you expect to see him on the field quite a bit this year?
I think Jalen's going to get a lot of significant time, whether that be a starter, whether that be a backup, he'll play a lot. He's a tremendous athlete, really a great athlete as an offensive lineman. He's very mobile, he's quick, he's strong, he's working on his technique every single day. He's a guy that I definitely would, when we line up next to each other, it's not like I look over there and worry. I know Jalen's going to be fine. He does a great job, and he's only getting better.
How close is that right tackle?
It's very close. And that's just not like me trying to hide anything. It's genuinely something that's going to get solved during camp between him and Stuber. And once that happens, then we'll know from there. But not even anybody in the building knows right now. So
Going back to last season, surprised that James Hudson left the program?
A little bit. I was sad to see him go. He was good. He was a good kid, good friend of mine. He left because that's what he felt he needed to do, and that's it's not my place to tell him if that's right or wrong. I was sad to see him go. We were getting close. He was a good kid, very talented, but I just hope he's doing well.
You said as a mental health thing. You just said you were a friend of his. Had he talked anything about mental health and how it just wasn't working?
No, I noticed. I know he's always been down just because he got moved from defense to offense, and kept struggling to learn to play just because he kept getting moving. And I know he was getting a little bit frustrated with that. But once that was done, he never said anything to me. We weren't I wasn't his closest friend there. I was an offensive linemate, but I don't know. I'm not going to comment on if he had mental health issues or not. I'm just going to take his word. I've worked with the guy enough where I respect him. So if that's what he said, then that's good for me.
With the new offensive coordinator this year, what's going to surprise fans about your offense this year?
I think the speed of it. We're just going to get the playmakers the ball every single time, and Coach Gaddis' big thing is speed and space. And if we can get the guys, get these playmakers the ball enough, out in the open where they can make a guy miss. You turn these 7-yard plays into 70-yard plays and stretch it. So hopefully we can hit some quick, and I think the fans are really going to notice that difference.
How much fun has it been to play under that system now?
It's a blast. It really is. It's one of those offenses where you could score on every single play, depending on what happens. So it's always a little bit of a thrill going into it, and it's fun once you get the defense on their heels and get that no huddle and start getting the tempo up. You can really run a defensive line down, and that's what we're trying to do.
Confident are you that you'll still be able to line up and get that 4th and 1 yard if you need it?
Yeah, no, that's what we're working on too. Is I feel, obviously, to answer your question, I feel extremely confident that we can do that. But it's something that we're always working on. It's all great. It's all well and good if you can run and block and do all that, but when we need the 1 yard, we still need to be able to bear down and get the 1 yard for it. So that's an offensive line thing, something we always work on, something we always will practice. There's just be some random times where it'll be 4th and 1, and you gotta go get it. So that's one of my favorite plays is the 4th and 1. Just it's us versus them and see who can push each other back. But yeah, still always you can get that no matter what offense you're running.
How much are you driven by the fact that Michigan hasn't been to a Big Ten championship game since they've had this in Indy?
Yeah, it's more. I wouldn't really put it at that. It's more looking at the banners up in our indoor, and the last Big Ten championship we won was in '04. That's the one that really gets me going. Just trying to bring one of those home and change that.
Ben, Coach mentioned using Dylan and Shea in games. What have you seen that in the offense lately, and what advantage do you think that having both of them on the same play bring?
Yeah, I trust both of them with the ball. They're both extraordinary athletes. Both of them can run the offense. Both of them take care of the football really well. So I would have no problem with those guys either both being back there or one or the other being back there. I trust them both, and they're doing really well. Both of them, both Dylan and Shea. So I'm sure whatever situation that they're presented, they're going to do well and they're going to thrive, and we're just going to block the best we can for them.
Have you seen it in practice yet?
I think we've tampered with it a little bit. I don't know if anything serious has gone in or not, but I'm sure the coaches have been working on that over the summer.
What's Ed Warner meant to you personally in your career?
He's done a lot. He's done a lot, especially in my development of my technique and stuff like that. He's a great coach. I'm a big fan that he's over with us. He's helped me a lot personally, and with my development as a football player, just kind of simplifying things. So I love having him here.
What's his style in terms of getting on? Does he get on you guys?
He'll get on you if you're not doing things right, but he's one of those guys where if you're an older guy and you know it, and you know you messed up, and you know what you need to do wrong, he's not gonna crucify you for it, but you're gonna solve the problem together and make sure that everything's all right.
I know Ohio State recruited you some when you were in high school. Did you know Ed back when you were in high school as a recruit?
He was recruiting me to Ohio State. He was the O-line coach there, so he was my primary recruiter there.
What were those conversations like with him at Ohio State, and what